Hello everyone. Today we're going to study about the parabola, learn about its properties, and hopefully be able to graph it. Okay, so let's begin. So the parabola is a conic section. So it's the intersection of a cone and the plane, where the plane is parallel to a generator line. And the plane does not contain the vertex of the cone. So if this is your right circular cone, and this is your plane, the plane should be parallel to a generator line. So this is the generator line. Okay. So if this is a generator line, so this is your generator line. So the plane should be parallel to this generator line. So their intersection would be this figure. So this is a parabola. Okay. Now, the parabola is also defined as the locus of all points equidistant to a point and a line. So the point is called the focus and the line is called the directrix. So if this is your focus and directrix, okay, so and this is your parabola, then the distance of any point, okay, of any point on the parabola would have the same distance to the focus and to the directrix. So let's have another point. So this other point, okay? So this distance from this point to the focus should be equal to its distance to the directrix. Okay? Another point is this one. So this point to the focus, this distance should be equal to its distance to the directrix. Okay? So that is the parabola. Now, this point, okay, is the turning point of the parabola is called the vertex. So since this parabola opens upwards, so this vertex is our minimum point. So it's the minimum value of y. Okay. So if the vertex is at the origin, then the equation of the parabola is in the form x squared is equal to 4ay, or could be y squared is equal to 4ax. So the parabola may open upwards, just like our example earlier. So the parabola opens upwards. Okay. So the focus of the parabola, if it opens upwards, okay, is above the origin, while the directrix is below the x-axis. Now, when is this the case? So if your equation is in the form x squared is equal to 4ay. But you have to take note that the coefficient of y for a should be positive. So a should be greater than 0. So example, x squared is equal to 20y. So 20 is positive. So that will give you a parabola that opens upwards. Okay. Now, the parabola may also open downwards. Okay, so if it opens downwards, then your focus will be below the origin and your directrix will be above the x-axis. Now, this will happen if your equation is in the form x squared is equal to 4ay. But this time, a should be less than 0. So a should be negative. Okay? So example, x squared is equal to negative 16y. So that will give you a parabola that opens downwards. So for x squared is equal to 4ay, the value of a determines the distance of the vertex to the focus and the directrix. So if this is your parabola and these are your focus and directrix, then this distance from the vertex to the focus is a units, and the distance from the vertex to the directrix is also a units. Okay? So in summary, you have, if your equation is x squared is equal to 4ay and a is greater than 0, then your parabola opens upwards. The coordinates of the focus is at 0a, and the equation of the directrix is y is equal to negative a. So because this distance from the vertex, which is at the origin, is to the focus is a units. So this is a units, okay? So the coordinates would be 0, a. And this is a units from the origin. So, and this is a line. So the equation is y is equal to negative a. So this is a horizontal line. So example, if x squared is equal to 12y, then you'll have a parabola that opens upwards, where the coordinates of the focus is at 0, 3, since 12 divided by 4 is 3. So your focus is at this point, 0, 3, and the directrix will be at y is equal to negative 3. So this will have coordinates 0, 3, and this will be y is equal to negative 3. Okay, so this is your parabola. Now for x squared is equal to 4ay and a is negative or a is less than 0, then your parabola will open downwards. So it will open downwards. So the focus will be a units from the origin. So the coordinates will be at 0, negative a, and your directrix will be at y is equal to a, since this is a units from the origin. Example, if you have x squared is equal to negative 12y, okay, it opens downwards. The coordinates of the focus is at 0, negative 3, and your directrix will be at y is equal to 3. So the parabola may also open to the right. To the right if your equation is in the form y squared is equal to 4ax and a should be greater than 0. So take note, this time y is the term being squared. And here the coefficient, the literal coefficient of 4a is no longer y but x. So here, if a is greater than 0 or a is positive, you're going to have a parabola that opens to the right. If the parabola opens to the right, then your focus is to the right of the origin, and your directrix would be to the left of the y-axis. Okay, since the vertex is at the origin. Now, it will open to the left if the equation is in the form y squared is equal to 4ax, but a is negative. So if it opens to the left, then your focus is to the left of the origin, and the directrix will be to the right of the y-axis. So in summary, if y squared is equal to 4ax and a is greater than 0, then your parabola opens to the right, and the coordinates of your focus is now at a 0, since this is a units from the origin. This point is a units from the origin. And your directrix, since it's a units from the origin and is found on the left side of the y-axis, the equation is x is equal to negative a. So example, you have y squared is equal to 12x. So your parabola opens to the right. Since 12 divided by 4 is 3, the coordinates of the focus is at 3, 0. And your directrix will have an equation x is equal to negative 3. So if y squared is equal to 4ax and a is less than 0, then your parabola will open to the left and will have coordinates of negative a 0, since this again is a units from the origin, and the directrix will be x is equal to a, since this is a vertical line to the right of the y-axis. Now, example, y squared is equal to negative 12x. So it opens to the left. The coordinates of the focus is at negative 3, 0, and your directrix is x is equal to 3. So examples, let's draw the graph of the given parabola. So the first one, you're asked to draw the graph of the parabola x squared is equal to 6y. We're also asked to show the focus in the directrix. So here, since your equation is in the form x squared is equal to 6y, you know that the parabola opens upwards. Okay? Now, since 4a is equal to 6, then to find a, you have to divide 6 by 4, or you'll get 3 halves. So since it opens upwards, so your focus is at 0, 3 halves. 0, 3 halves is here. And the directrix, so it's found below the x-axis. So it's y is equal to negative 3 halves. So this will be 0, 3 halves. And this directrix will have equation y is equal to negative 3 halves. Okay? So to draw the graph of the parabola, let's have a table of values. So I computed the values of y given these values of x. So I got these values. So for negative 3, 3 halves, negative 2, 2/3, 0, 0, 2, 2/3, and 3, 3 halves. So connecting these points will give me this parabola. Okay? So this is x squared is equal to 6y. Now, the second one, you're asked to draw the graph of the parabola y squared is equal to negative 4x. So since y squared is equal to negative 4x, we know that the parabola opens to the left. Okay, so since 4a is negative 4, then a must be negative 1. So your focus is at negative 1, 0. And your directrix is at x is equal to 1. So negative 1, 0, and this one is x is equal to 1. So again, let's have a table of values to find the points on the parabola. So this time, I started with the values of y, so since it's easier to evaluate x given the values of y squared. So I got these values. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 1/4, negative 1, 0, 0, negative 1/4, 1, negative 1, 2. So connecting these points, I got this parabola. So this is y squared is equal to negative 4x. So it's your turn. So draw the graph of these parabola. So show its focus and directrix too.